Is my adopted brother flirting with me? Hi everyone, I am so conflicted to know where to even begin with this. I was adopted when I was 3 years old from Russia. And honestly, I love my family so much. I have 2 older brothers and 1 sister, all of which my parents had biologically. My siblings and I have always been really close, but now we live opposite sides of the country due to college. The brother I was talking to in this message is the one I am arguably the most close with since we are the closest in age, 19 and 20. Over the last year, I have noticed slight behavioral differences between how he used to act and how he acts now. He always treated me like a gross, annoying sister, and now he's a lot more shy around me. I can't tell if it's because we don't live together or what, but that's when I started to suspect something was different. Over Christmas break, he was always wanting to hold my hand or had his arm around my shoulder, and it made me feel a little suffocated. I thought this all was due to the fact we're thousands of miles apart, but after this text exchange, I am not sure. Is he being flirty, or is he just having a hard time expressing himself? I am so unsure, because if I bring up that I am uncomfortable to him, it would be so awkward if I was wrong. Update 1. I have an important presentation later today, so here's a brief update. I got a lot of conflicting answers on if it was flirting or not, but I think the general consensus was yes. Regardless, I think these texts pretty much confirm something very weird is going on. I think I'm going to call my mom this evening and talk to her about it. I'm not so sure what she will say. I am very afraid this will make the family situation very different. As for people saying he could just be socially awkward, I don't think that's a good explanation, as he's always been very popular and outgoing, has had no issues getting girls to talk to him, and his texts have been different lately. He had a long-term girlfriend and they broke up last summer, so the only thing I can think is that he is still upset about that and pushing those feelings onto me. And finally, people who are making this sexual and/or condoning this behavior, please don't. This disgusts me so much I vomited up my breakfast this morning. I'm so devastated that our relationship is taking a turn for this. He is my brother and will forever only be my brother. I do not care if we are not blood related, we are siblings. If anyone has any advice on what to say to him to maintain our relationship, while being firm he is creepy, please let me know. Thank you. Update 3. I believe this will be the final update in what's been going on between my brother and I. Unfortunately, despite me wanting to, I didn't record due to people commenting that it is illegal in some states, which I am unfortunately in. But then I was informed after we talked that it doesn't matter unless you're using it in legal settings. If anything, I think these texts prove his intentions. I will try to keep this as succinct as possible since it was quite a long call. Long story short, he said he was in love with me. He got really nervous at the start, took 20 minutes of beating around the bush, and then he told me. He said he was so sorry, he tried to keep it hidden and didn't want to lose our relationship, but he never felt like this about anyone. He seemed very sincere and vulnerable. I asked him for a couple minutes of silence to try to think of the best things to say. I ended up saying something like, "I am glad you trusted me enough to confide this in me, but this has made me deeply uncomfortable. The only future with us in it is one as your sister. I love you as a brother, but if you can't handle that, respect me, then I will need to stop communicating with you." He started crying about how sorry he was for bringing this up. He would do better, just to please not shut him out. I have literally never seen him cry, besides when we were really young. So hearing it made me unsettled on what to do. I could tell how much he was struggling to come to terms with his emotions. But continuing to talk to him and hear him beg made me even more disgusted. I told him I needed to go and to please give me space. He has since flooded my phone with texts. I am considering blocking him for the time being and am very conflicted, lost on how to bring this up with my family. Unfortunately, I don't even have the mental capacity to deal with this right now, as I have 2 exams next week and a 20-page paper due. He is very much struggling mentally, which I never knew until he said it last night and today. And I am going to message my parents to potentially do a mental health check. I am also going to bring his behavior up to them this weekend. The only good thing is that he is on the other side of the country, so I can just focus on school right now. If worst comes to worst, I will cut him out of my life, but cutting the rest of my family off as well is a non-negotiable. Thanks. Final update. Yesterday, my brother told me he was in love with me. I posted this on another subreddit, but honestly, I just need to vent because I can't even tell my friends feel so isolated since this situation is so gross. You can check my profile for more in-depth explanation if you're curious. I also don't think this breaks the relationship post, as it's not romantic and we're obviously not dating. Anyways, I was adopted from Russia at 3 when brother was 4. He is biologically my parents. We grew up together. He was always the one I was the closest with since we were closest in ages. My other brother and sister are both 5+ years older than me, so it was always him and I getting into trouble with each other, teasing each other, walking home from school, etc. We have had our differences. He was always annoying and pretentious about his grades, but I love him. Last year I started college, moved across the US while he just went to California for college. I was honestly so excited to start this new chapter in my life as I grew up in a smallish town in Oregon. During my first year, he started to text me more often and call all the time. I was honestly really glad because it was difficult to be away from home. This year, over winter break, is when I noticed him acting differently. He was overly touchy. He literally made me rest my head on his lap while we watched a movie, and when I sat up, he told me he was cold. I was extremely uncomfortable. He would hold my hand, casually put his arm around my shoulder, and just other physical contact I didn't want. Another thing about him is that he is extremely charismatic, funny, and popular. He is conventionally attractive, 6'3", athletic, and the reason I bring these qualities is that he's not some lonely guy who has no friends and cannot talk to women. He was literally one of the most popular guys in our high school. This is what makes it even more confusing and gross on my end. I sent him a photo. He made a weird comment about my beauty making him nervous, and then I asked him why he was acting strange lately. He made me call him and confessed he was in love with me. Now he's saying it's due to his mental health, that he's scared he will lose me, etc. I am so unfathomably disgusted with him and just want to block him for the time being. The only thing that's making me not is the possibility he might harm himself. I know I need to tell my parents, but I am also worried how they are going to process this. I have no idea if they will fully believe me, because this situation is so unbelievable and disgusting. Words cannot begin to describe the betrayal I feel right now. I am second-guessing every interaction I have had with him. When did these feelings begin? What did he hope to gain from this? I don't know, and I am so sick. What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comments. Follow and like for more stories.